Welcome everyone to our EL Symposium presentation. We're with ACME this summer for 8 weeks, and we are the ACME team. So just introducing ourselves, my name is Luke. I'm a statistical and data sciences major with a minor in global media and digital studies, and I'm a senior here at the College of Worcester.
Hi, my name is Maya Vasta. I'm also a senior here at the College of Worcester, a statistical and data science major and a minor in sociology.
Hello, my name is Abigail. I am a math major, also a senior, and I have minors in anthropology and history. And then our last team member was from Ashesi University. His name was Kweku, and he was also a senior computer science major. So, an introduction to our project. We were working for ACME, as Luke mentioned, and ACME is a local grocery store chain. They wanted us to target customer behavior to increase their sales. So they gave us a year's worth of data and their own customer segmentation techniques. And they asked us to look at it and try to find trends based on demographics or items purchased. So that way we could give them some more insight so they could actually start to increase their sales based on our own analysis. So they are a family-owned and operated chain in Northeast Ohio. There are currently 16 locations, and they're mainly located in the Akron-Canton area. So we have a map showing where all of those locations are to the right. They're mid-sized stores, so they're in between a Drug Mart and a Walmart for size comparison. And in addition to grocery store items that you would traditionally think of, they also carry some pharmacy items, and they have specialized departments like floral. So there was a lot of variety of items our customers could choose from, which led to some interesting insights that we were able to give them at the end of our project.
All right, so now I'm going to talk about what our goals were over the summer. So initially, our goals for the client, our first goal was to target some customer behavior patterns. So like we just mentioned, they had internal sorting methods for their card member holders, which were about 90% of their shoppers. And they wanted us to look into their data and see if there was anything differentiating these customers. So maybe a certain group purchased more of an item from a certain department, and another group didn't come in as often, but when they did, they spent more money. So all that kind of things we're trying to look at and see if we could come up with targeted programs to increase the basket size of all these groups specifically. After doing that, our goal was to look into the halo effect on certain items. In this context, the halo effect is, say, our example here is if they put spaghetti, for example, on sale, we'd expect sale for marinara sauce, meatballs and garlic bread to go up because they're going to have like a spaghetti dinner with meatballs and garlic bread. So they wanted us to look in what kind of items were under that category. They sent us a list of what they thought might be halo items and what kind of sales they had them on a week per week basis, so we could look into maybe the effects on sales on those items. And then we can also come up with our own halo items as well. Professionally and personally for us, outside of what the client wanted, we came to AMRE so that we could develop our presentation skills. You know, we give a lot of internal and external presentations for AMRE. We also were improving our statistics skills in terms of using data products like R to code and come up with, graphs and all that kind of stuff and models. And then we got to work with advisors over a long period of time in our team for a long period of time, which is a bit different than, say, a group project where it's only for a couple of weeks. So we got to develop relationships within our team and with our advisors. So our approach to accomplishing our goals is initially, right off the bat, we had to create new data sets based on what they gave us, because what they gave us was an itemized list of every single item sold at 16 stores for an entire year. So there was a lot going on there. Our computers literally couldn't hold it all in memory. So we had to condense it down a bit to, more manageable, maybe like store by store files. And then also more condensed ones. To do this and other analysis that we did, we used R, Tableau, Python, and Power BI. Depending on who we were, we used different ones. I, for example, used R and Tableau mostly because that's what I was familiar with. And then Kweku, for example, used Python and Power BI because that's just what he'd use for his classes or personal projects. And then we also had to do some additional marketing research into customer segmentation techniques because, like, when we introduced ourselves, we're all math, computer science, statistics students. So we're not really, we don't know how to do that kind of marketing stuff. So we had to do a lot of research into that.
So what did we accomplish? Over the 8 weeks, we accomplished many things, both individually and as a team. We dealt with large quantities of data, as Luke mentioned. We had approximately 89 million rows of data to clean and manipulate. And with that data, we created several targeted programs and developed ways to better segment customers based on behavior. So these targeted programs, we came up with 9 for ACME. And these basically just either segmented the customers or we told them what items best to promote. And this fell into their other targeted goal, which was to find halo items. And so we did machine learning techniques to find these halo items that would be affected by this type of promotional scheme. And lastly, we found meaningful insights for the client. So with these targeted programs that we developed, we showed them what would best be suited for their clients and what the customers wanted, and they will use what we found to better suit their own customers.
So we wanted to give an example of what one of our targeted programs focused on. So this was some of Kwaku's work that he did a lot of research into, and it was RFM, which is a program that looks at recency, frequency, and monetary value. So recency is when was the last time a customer came in, frequency, how often they came in, and then monetary value, how much were they spending. So based on these three items, you're then able to segment your customers based on loyalty. So if they're coming in often, they're spending a lot of money, then you would most likely consider them a loyal customer, and you would want to continue to keep their business. So we are able to give them some insights based on where their customers were located. We are able to resegment their customers out of what they already had. This is a well-known marketing strategy, so we are able to do a lot of research in this area. Kwaku was actually able to build a Python program that segmented the customers for them. So then they would be able to continue this segmentation technique into the future.
So how have we grown? From our accomplishments as well as our struggles to get there, we have grown from this AMRE experience as a whole. This includes further developing the skills that we've been using throughout the project, such as programming, data manipulation, and visualizing the data. We gained a tremendous amount of experience conducting professional presentations both to our client as well as the rest of the AMRE teams. And lastly, we strengthened our interpersonal communication skills because we developed around the effects of the pandemic and have communicated effectively and remotely for the 8 weeks through various online platforms. Personally, most of my tasks were centered around data visualization in Tableau. From this, my previous experience with programs such as, again, Tableau and Power BI, they have significantly improved after this experience.
A lot of my tasks revolved around data manipulation in terms of merging a bunch of different files and condensing them a bit. So I learned a lot of methods in R to do that, and over time I learned how to do it more efficiently, both by making my coding better and by finding some new packages that can read and write things more efficiently. Like we mentioned, we did a lot of presentations in this as well, so both internal to other peers in AMRE and to ACME itself. And it was a bit intimidating at first to give those presentations to ACME because, you know, it's a bit different than presenting to your professor who's going to give you a grade versus someone who paid actual money for you to give them this information. But over time, we got really good at it, and I think we improved a lot.
And then personally, I had come in with a background in R from my classes, but I hadn't actually gotten to apply that to anything. So this was a really great opportunity where I got to research more into programming, how you can more effectively program, like Luke was mentioning. I got a lot more experience actually working with large data sets. In addition, Kwaku and I were both remote, so we were able to strengthen our communication skills through Teams. We were able to continuously communicate with our partners, make sure we were all accomplishing things. We were getting work done, even though we were all in different locations. So that was really great.
So all these skills that we've gained can be taken with us and used as aids in completing the remaining year of our college career. These skills will also be useful regardless of where we go after college. So here are some of the things that we gathered for advice for anyone who wants to do AMRE or just working with a team in general. We said, come in ready to do research and work. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Be open to the ideas of others and learning from them. Push your existing skills to the max. Making mistakes allows for more chances to learn. Don't be scared if you come in with limited knowledge because your advisors and peers are there to help you out. And lastly, explore your ideas without fear. Thank you so much.